And we're back. It's like I never left. Except for the fact that my room is now abysmally messy again. This is ridiculous. It's like yesterday that Rachel did this massive cleanup for the photo shoot, and now it's just like, yeah, it's bad. It's not good. Anyway, I don't intend for it to stay like this, but I may need Rachel's help again. Like, that's the thing, isn't it? So especially when we have this event coming up, or that came up, which was VidCon. Everything's just like pedal to the metal, going crazy, focusing on nothing but that. So the chaos sort of builds up, and then also we had to pack a whole lot of stuff, tech stuff, equipment, especially for the performance on the main stage, and take it. And now that we're back, it's just like everywhere and not neat. So I have to sort that out soon, but not now, because I have a lot of work to catch up on, especially because a week and a half from now, I'm away for a week. So again, it's pedal to the metal, straight back to work, and prepping as much content as possible so that we don't have any disruption while we go away. I'm looking forward to today because I'm editing the street art video where I went on a street art tour with other YouTubers, so they will cameo in my video whether they like it or not, which is great for me because, you know, makes me look like a world-class professional YouTuber. But anyways, that's the goal for today. I'm just editing that video, and I am hoping to get ahead and edit another video, or at least start another video. It's unlikely. Let's face it, it's unlikely. Now, before I get stuck into it, and before I forget, I have a favor to ask you guys. I need photos of you to Photoshop. Okay, so full disclosure, what's happening is next stream on Tuesday, I want to record a video where I Photoshop my fans. I thought that could be fun. If you want to participate, please be aware that I can't promise that the end result will make you look good or not. But if you think it might be funny or fun to be involved, please send me via Twitter using the hashtag JazzaMeUp a photo of yourself with a request. Now, there are two things to keep in mind. The photo of yourself should be pretty, you know, clear as far as not clipped. Like, you don't want it like, you know, where it's like the head's chopped off at the shoulder or whatever. Like, either like full profile like this, or maybe some sort of pose, or, you know, holding something that doesn't exist. Or full body is cool too. Like, just, you know, be creative, but make it as easy for me to work with in Photoshop as possible. And the second thing is have a cool request. If possible, something to do with an activity or a location. So if you want me to Photoshop you as a circus performer, that's a good one, because that would involve a prop and a location. Basically, it's actually gonna be for a sponsored video with a stock photo website, and I'm gonna just be able to have free reign and go completely crazy with all of their assets and Photoshop you guys in whatever ridiculous scenarios as possible. So even if it's like, you know, Photoshop me hang gliding with a bear, it could be fun. I think it'll be a really fun video. So anyways, yeah, hashtag JazzaMeUp. Make sure it's nice and clear and at least a decent foundation for me to work from as far as Photoshop goes, and keep your expectations nice and low, and maybe don't invest too much self-esteem in the end result. And if you're self-conscious, don't participate. Alright, so it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and as far as timing goes, I'm pretty happy with how this has come along in the time that I've done it. Half the video, or the first half of the video, is the street art tour where we show off some really cool stuff in Melbourne, and then the second half is where all of us YouTubers, or at least some of the US international ones and a few of the Australian ones, got to spray paint and make some art. So now I'm up to the refining process. I've already placed in the music and done the refining cut, so there's just some last polishing features I want to add in there. And one that I really want to do is take these snippets from Passbar 2, these frames of criticism and commentary from random people, and I'm going to cut this all up and actually redo it so that in Premiere I can replace these with the actual YouTubers and put in the things that they say about my art as I work on it. I just think not only does that help sort of clarify what they said, in sometimes it's it's harder to hear, but also it's like a really fun nod to the whole Passepartout and criticizing your art thing. I think it's really fun. Alright, so I've finished editing the video and I've put in the Passepartout pop-up cameos, and this is what it looks like in context. Yeah! I think it adds a certain something. Otherwise, this is done. I'm really happy with the resulting video. This was the end card I was going to use because I've made a sort of street art one before, but it didn't quite fit, so I'm rendering a new one just with some slight tweaks. It's still got the similar background, but yeah, I think the pantsless joke doesn't carry in this video, so I'm just going for a little bit more of a middle ground. Alright, I'm going to wrap up with the question of the day, and the first question I'll take will be from NMFNIBP, who says, can you please do a Q&A weekly so more questions can be answered? I tend to try and do Q&As daily, or at least answer one question every day, but I've been slack because I've been away at VidCon, but because today's been a slower day, I'm going to go back over all those videos over VidCon and take maybe a handful of questions, and hopefully that will fill today's vlog. Art Nazar asks, can you please do an animation tutorial on making a customizable character like your end card? I actually have done a tutorial on that theme using the same methods that my current customizable end card uses, but with my old customizable end card. However, the lessons are still valid, so I'll put the link in the description, go check it out. The current end card is a little bit more, I don't know, neater as far as the visuals, but the structure is pretty much the same, so hopefully you'll find that helpful. Megurine Lula asks, what paper do you recommend for alcohol markers? I use this stuff, which, I mean, it's sort of pointless showing you because it just looks like a piece of paper. I use Expressit blending card. I get my blending card and Copic materials from Express Graphics, sorry, I got it mixed up. But I'll put the link in the description to that website and the page with the item of the product I get. So if you're interested, go check that out. Although it is an Australian website, so if you're from elsewhere, at least you'll know what the product name is, so you can go check that out. Holly Finch asks, will you ever make a video on clothing? If you already have, I'm sorry. Yes, I've done a couple. I'll link to the most recent one, which was actually a tutorial with Stan from Proco, so go check that out. Hopefully you'll find it useful. It's sort of on dynamic clothing, and there's an old video I did on Fold, so I'll put that in the link in the description as well. Unicorn Rebellion asks, what is your favorite Ghibli movie? Honestly, I really love Princess Mononoke. I think the style in like Spirited Away is prettier, but I just think the grit and story and intense aesthetic of Princess Mononoke was just so captivating. Vartika Singhai asks if I could share some advice on dealing with anxiety, how I cope with it so well. I think I'm lucky in that I don't get crippling anxiety, but of course things make me anxious or nervous. My approach when I feel that way is to just not think about it and just do the things that I feel like I want to do, even if it feels scary to do it. I know that sounds like an easy solution, and of course some people are going to struggle to do that more than others, but I don't know, I tend to feel like it's better to ask forgiveness than for permission, and if you feel stupid after, or if you made a mistake, you know what? You only live once, and it's a corny thing to say, but you know, yeah. At the end of the day, a year from now, 2 years from now, you're not going to remember that thing you're nervous about. And yeah, when I got up on stage at VidCon Australia, I was super nervous, and yeah, I sort of fudged up the timing and all that stuff, but all of a sudden, a couple of days later, that fear or even the mistakes don't seem to matter as much, and a year from now, they'll be non-existent. So I tend to try and keep it in context and think those moments are scary in the moment, but don't actually matter that much, and it's more important that you make use of that moment than a year or 2 years from now regret that you didn't. Diamond Ocelot 925 says, what music do you use and where are you finding it? For this channel, I just use the default YouTube stuff. It's free. You just need to log into your YouTube account, go into Creator Studio and go into the Create section, and there's just a whole bunch of free music. I try and get the stuff I don't hear a lot of, because there are some tracks that appear a lot on YouTube and I prefer to kind of sounded a little unique, but at the same time it's free music, so you will hear it now and then anyway. But I use that for the daily vlog channel. For my main channel I use Epidemic Sound. It's like $100 and something a month subscription because my channel is big, but if you have a smaller channel it's like $15 a month, and it's just got way better music, and you don't get any copyright issues, so I definitely highly recommend it, even though it's a little pricey. I think that'll do for now. I've taken a bunch of questions, but the questions of the day are back now that I'm back in my studio. It's good to be back. I'm sorry that I didn't vlog in the last couple of days after VidCon, but yeah, Mrs. Jazza and I just collapsed and pretty much did nothing for 2 days. Even though yesterday was her birthday, we just sort of did nothing. we were very much in recovery mode, and we still sort of are, but we're picking back up the pace and getting back to work. So anyways, that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Again, questions of the day are back, and I guess I'm getting back to work, but remember to send your Photoshoppable images with that hashtag, and I'll remind you later this week because that one is going to be a fun project. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.